Warm welcome to all of you. My name is Anand Prakash, one of the core team member for GI4QC Forum. Today is a very, very special session where we will listen to the concept, the idea, the mission, which Dr. BVK Sastry ji has with him. He has done a lot of work, but a lot of work has to be done before his vision becomes a reality. So today we will listen to his concept, his idea, his mission, his vision. And then those of us who would like to associate at a next level, we would love to stay connected. But GI4QC Forum and Shastri ji have already come into collaboration to take this project forward. So without taking further time, because I know it's a very critical topic to be shared by Shastri ji, I will invite Dr. BVK Sastry to please share the details with all of us here. A warm welcome to you, Sastry ji, and the stage is yours. Thank you so much.
Namaskar. Thank you all. And Swagatam Sudinam. The first slide that I want to show is the compact title, focus on today's presentation. Develop Panini-Samskrutham language model for conversational AI. Now, this has got too many words. Some appeal to the language people, some appeal to the technology people, some appeal to the business people, cutting edge and sewing edge both. Because cutting edge comes from the West, and the sewing edge has to begin at India.
Very good. I'm happy that you picked up my word. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Go for the good one. Okay. The next one. So my goal or highlight of approach here is why own Samskruth language tech AI designs? Importance of boot model, that is build, own, operate, and transfer. Model for operation in this project approach. Inclusive collaboration and resource integration. Linguists and technologists have to come together for this. Consolidate work resources done and ongoing. Whatever has been done, it has got its good, but there's a lot more to be desirable, which will present. And I don't believe in criticism, blame game, finger pointing. Each one has been doing whatever best they consider as good for the society, for the business. And the intention is to fulfill the India AI mission, a lead global AI vision. So the presentation pitch is not on marketing, but the idea appreciation at this stage. Market people understand. Next. There are Samskruth people, and for the benefit of Samskruth people who want in a very simple, before that. You're gone, that one, yes. So the Samskruth people like a shloka. So the essence of today's presentation is a 4-line Samskruth verse. Yantrartham Manushi Bhasha Upamedheti Katyate Paniniye Sanganake Samvada Vyavaharikam. This I will explain as we go forward. The presentation is there. One can go through the translation as and when it's convenient for them. Yantrartham Manushi Bhasha. We define what is human language for the devices interfaces. This is called AI. This is for Panini computer or Samskruth computer or language computer, thinking machine, whatever you want to call that. And the conversational AI is the key model that we are pushing. What we are having is a script-oriented integration model, but the push is for conversational AI. Next. Why develop this particular model? Why not use available, tweak the available things? There are gaps to bridge by language model. LM is language model. LLM is large language model. Uh, Short language model is used differently, LSTM, several things, but LM is language modeling. The current Sanskrit model is inappropriate. We need to bring natural nativeness of Samskruth LM into the design. Meet community standards needs. Sanskrit Sambhashan, whatever is there, that we have got to meet that conversational community standard. Tweak existing LLM models for translation and editing and other issues, form generation. Review existing conversational AI design thinking. Why I call it as a design thinking review, you will see later. Realize full potential benefit of AI based upon a Panini platform leading to universal large language model. This is a high-end thinking. Next. Develop Panini-Samskrutham language model. The highlight is why it is Panini-Samskrutham. Panini-Samskrutham conversation is language usage in conversation, respecting thought articulation regulations set by Panini. And by Panini, I cover Patanjali, Pingala, Yaska. These are the language scientists. The traditional name for this combine is Samskrutham, the ancient name. It's also called Vedanga Vyakarana, Padashastra, Vak Yoga, Vako Vakyam. The modern name Sanskrit is post 17th century anglicized, colonial, academic, techno-linguistic, and European lens. So the last line I have defined, Samskrutham Nama, Panini, Patanjali, Pingala, Yaska, Muni Sampradaya Pramanita, Bhasha Shastram. It is not Sanskrit by a social conversation thing. Next. What is language model for conversation? Conversational Samskrit AI needs conversational Samskrit LM, that is language model. Language model is the foundation of AI design. Language model choice matching is critical for efficient AI. Panini Samskrutham AI needs Panini Samskruth language model. This is the basic logic. Why language model is critical for AI? There are a whole lot of discussions and notes is there on that. How LM affects AI design and output. I don't have to go for that because you are technical people and you understand that. Next. Why conversational AI? It is unifying two different language models, that is analytic purpose. One is based upon the grapheme. Grapheme is visual script, writing systems. The second one is phoneme, the articulation, spoken language system. The current AI is based upon the grapheme, writing language systems. And Samskruth is the spoken language system. So unless we integrate the grapheme and phoneme language models, we will not be able to arrive at a conversational AI for Samskrutham. Conversation mode interactivity is different from scribing. You see that on the side picture, Gita conversation, Arjuna listening, Sri Krishna telling. Then Arjuna questioning, Sri Krishna listening, responding. That is the interactivity. Samvad. That is the point. Below that you will see Vyasa dictating and Ganesha scribing. So the top one is a phoneme system. The bottom one is the grapheme system. So the integration of these two is the Samskruth LM, conversational Samskruth LM. Next. So we can say Samskruth conversational AI is AI, artificial intelligence, by Panini-Samskrutham, the rules, the language science, which is called Vedanga Vyakarana. It is not a historical social linguistics. It is knowledge auxiliary science, language science, Vedanga Vyakarana, LLM. So historical Panini is circa 700 BCE. Vedanga Panini-Samskrutham is several millennia old, traced back to Ramayana, Mahabharata, live continuum, posterior, all that. So there is a tradition of this integrated language by grapheme and phoneme, that is Samskrutham. Next. Is there a standard for this Samskruth conversational LM? Yes, there is a standard. It is rule compliance to Vedanga Vyakarana Panini grammar tradition. What is Vedanga Vyakarana compliance? It is integration of Bhasha and Chandas technicalities. What is Sanskrit linguistics of Panini? It is addressing only part of the Bhasha in Panini grammar. 70% of Panini's grammar is on Chandas. Bhasha is a small percent. And out of that, a small percent is used to design the language model for Sanskrit in AI or the Indian languages. Therefore, Sanskrit conversational LM needs a standard. That standard is called in Sanskrit Satyata, truth, Sadhuta, appropriateness, Sabhyata, cultured, Samskarata, pre-processed, and Yuktata, integrated. So the Sanskrit model of Samskrutham violates these standards. Next. Is there a name for conversation in Sanskrit? Where is it? It is, figure out from Gita, 1870, 74, 76, specific term, samvad, is used. So it is a technical term. It is not just a dialogue. It is not local speech. There is a technicality of this samvad. So that Gita reference and Gita conversation as a reference text provides us a target to test our design. Next. Is Panini a lone reference in Sanskrit? No. The samvad has taken place from Valmiki and Narada in Ramayana, Rama and Hanuman in Ramayana, Sita and Hanuman in Ramayana, Vyas Maharshi and Ganesha, and then Arjun and Sri Krishna. And it continues in Kalidasa's tradition. Shakuntalam, old drama, Bharat, is samvad, dialogue. It is not monologue. It is a standard language conversation. So when Sanskrit literary people say, Kavyeshu Atakam Ramyam, they refer to Sanskrit conversation. And Prakrit conversation is a very small part. And when they put the last list, Bhana, Prahasana, Dima, it is slang conversation. Therefore, Sanskrit conversation in literature standards has to be referred to Kalidasa. That is the visual I have shown. I make a very strong, in my opinion, a statement. Current Sanskrit AI solutions, I will not say who is providing that because it will be taking names and many people know here. Current Sanskrit AI solutions fail to deliver Panini-Samskrutham Conversational AI Solutions. The test bed is Gita Samskruth Conversation. It is more than 5,000 years old from now. It's way beyond the Ashokan inscriptions or the Rosetta Stone trilingual, multilingual inscription used in the West for referencing. So it is a living tradition where Gita Samvad is used for discourse even today by a billion readers via translations. So if we fail to understand Gita Samvad in Sanskrit and use AI inappropriately, the translations will be faulty and the impact on society will be extremely bad. Therefore, I say Sanskrit AI solutions fail to deliver Panini-Samskrutham conversational solutions. I'll show some illustrations for this. And people will ask why. The why answer is inappropriate language model or large language model used for AI design thinking in Sanskrit AI. Sanskrit AI uses inappropriate colonial techno-linguistic LLM model of Panini. It is not sticking to the original tradition. How and why? Let's see. Next. So this is the difference. Sanskrit AI is anchored to the origin of narrative from Tower of Babel, biblical narrative. Samskruth AI narrative is anchored to Rishi tradition, Vyasa and Gita, and standardized by Panini. Rest of it is all the details, but the key thing is, where is the language anchor? The language modeling anchor is in the Gita for us, whereas the modern studies anchor it to the Tower of Babel. And once you shift the base reference, you know how the outcome gets affected. Next. When we touch Gita, are we touching religions, nations, identities via techno-linguistic LLM for AI? Is there a market motive, a future identity? Yes. People may or may not know in the last decade, Arabic LLM, ALLAM, large language models for Arabic using English has been done. I will provide the list there. Similarly, Jewish LLM, Aleph Bert, has been done. Similarly, biblical narration, Christ GPT, has been done. Buddhist model has been done. Similarly, for Sanskrit, somebody has done this particular work. Okay, next slide. By nations, Chinese CJK approach is at the root of DeepSeek. A whole lot of references are there. Then in India, the work is Indian large language models, AI for Bharat models. It is there in the list mentioned. The Indic BERT model is based on the Albert, ALBERT model, a recent derivative of BERT. It's a pre-trained model on 12 Indian languages. It's a mix of languages. It is not standard Paninian Samskrutham. It is Samajika Vyavaharika Bhasha. Therefore, the anchoring for Indian languages has a proto in Sanskrit, but pooling all these multiple languages and trying to get at Sanskrit AI conversational is not going to be easy. It's going to be a failure. And where is the BERT operating? The easiest way to use Indic BERT is through the Hugging Face Transformers library. It can be simply loaded like this. I mean, once I say Hugging Face, technology people will know where it points to. Now I will give you a few examples. The screen may be very short, but still you can see that. Okay. I tried bidirectionality first. I used a Gita shloka, Klaibyam Mas Magamah Partha. Two windows are there. The source from which I tried is marked there. iamtranslator.net, all that kind of a thing. Okay. Klaibyam Mas Magamah Partha I gave at its pour out a translation. Do not become fatigued, O Arjuna, for this does not apply to you. I just inversed it. I gave the same translation in English and asked for Sanskrit. The output is abysmally bad. The shloka Klaibyam Mas Magamah Partha becomes Ma Krodha Bhavatu He Arjuna Hi Etad Bhavataha Krute Na Pravartate. Sanskrit people immediately understand what is the difference. Anybody reading Gita will understand. So the test of bidirectionality fails in today's AI for Sanskrit. If it fails for a web available resource itself, conversational will be much worse. Next slide. Then I tried to see at the character level. I tried on the top, there are three screens. On the first screen on the left side, I made input to lowercase a space a and asked for English to Sanskrit translation. You see the translation output, the long and then two a's, which we understand linguistically it is not correct. This is not the way we explain a or use they are. We don't have even a reference for that in this model. Then in the second window, I try to type e. Okay? E. This is what I typed. And you see the output, which comes with a Roman cap alphabets, where we expect a phoneme equivalent by diacritics, the Latinized English, that is missing. So once this is missing, there is a phonemic error that creeps in, and the phonemic error is detrimental to the conversational AI or the Samvada Samskruta Upamedha. Now in the third one, I tried third window, A, E, I, O, U as the input, and you see the output there as A, E, O, U. You can just see the mapping, single character phonemic errors. So if this is the base for a future word transliteration, transcription, romanization, and all that, you can see the outcome impact on the document. And if you say voice is being transcribed into Romanized English and then to the Indian languages and then the speech language models and then the text construction, you can see how many stages of degeneration takes place. This is second of three. Next example. I tried to figure out the context sensitivity of the current AI. The end of Panini Sutra is a. Technicality is a, which is pronounced outside, vocally outside, becomes internalized samvrta. Vivruta becomes a samvrta. Vivrutam anudya samvrutam anena vidyate. This is the last sutra of Panini's Ashtadhyayi in the 8th chapter, 8th adhyaya, 4th chapter, last. So once I put it, first it translated as a, and then context is missing. Then I try to figure out, just go to the next slide and come back to the next one, this one. Okay. Sorry, I think, was it next one? Yeah, the next one, please. Next one. We come back to the previous one. When explained that the input is last Panini Sutra, the translation outcome is much worse. The lead is to subscribe to advanced model. So you say, you start learning 2 times 3 is 4.1 and tomorrow you become 4.2. Eventually you become 2 times 3 is 6. This is the progressive approach that is coming. Okay. Now can you go back to the previous 2 slides? Yes. Okay. Next one. Okay. Now you see the yes chat. I have 2 sentences. Today is same as yesterday. Nothing new. That's one sentence. Another sentence is, I am husband of my wife and father of my daughter. Easy to understand. No rocket science in that. See the translation. First one. Ajaha yatha krante tathaiva navinam nasti. We don't call this Samskrit, not even Sanskrit. Okay. Ajaha. What is Ajaha? Hindi mixed with Sanskrit processing. This is language mix. In the second one, aham mama patnihi patihi cha mama kanyayaha pitaraha asmi. Whole lot of grammatical errors. So these are the few examples I have shown. So go to the next one. Next. Okay. So why current Sanskrit AI tech solutions fail Panini? So there are very specific reasons which I try to explore. Next. Okay. Next. Before going to that, let me say, what is AI in today's understanding? AI refers to the simulation of human intelligence by machines. This is what I meant as Yantrartham Manushi Bhasha, where the language, consciousness studies, memory, yoga, everything is deeply connected. There are agentic, agnostic, objective issues. AI is application of wide range of computer technologies for diversity of human language documents. Deliverable is digital devices running programmable applications with intelligence of natural human languages. This is not my definition. This is technical AI definition. And with this, how many people, what is the current thinking? The current thinking is there are more than 40 varieties of AI models, and the details can be looked at ibm.com. The list is given, large language models. And like the current programming language technology, the whole thing is Roman alphabet character centric. Alphanumeric means Roman alpha, Indic numeric. Like that, AI means like English languages, anglicized human language interface. The standard for that is ISO 639 romanization. Okay. Next slide. So in this context, if I visualize today's AI legacy and dependencies, I caught up a figure. Current AI is like a 100-shoed centipede, remote controlled. The output, the motion of that centipede is controlled by several factors and different kinds of shoes. That is the dependency. And then what does this current AI carry? Like a snail, a legacy of grapheme, anglicized programming language background. So these two are detrimental for Samskruth conversational AI and by extension to any other language. Next slide. So how are these AI people pursuing Sanskrit? The picture is well known. Language modeling people, AI techno-linguists for design thinking are pursuing the elephant called Samskrutham and calling it as Sanskrit. Some pick up script, some pick up grammar, some pick up a lexicon, some pick up usage text, some pick up something else. So each one is picking up, but no one is getting a big picture of what is this elephant called Samskrit. What is Panini-Samskrutham? What is Samskrit conversation, which stands the test of Gita and other illustrations given. Next. So, current AI legacy locks on Panini-Samskrutham in the following ways: hand, feet, tied. Anglicized representation, English-like processing. These are the two key things. That is heart, brain, gut. All these things are locked and the health of Sanskrit language is affected. So the Indian AI tech, what we want here for conversation, spoken language interfaces, needs design thinking implementation by native, natural, large language models of Indian languages. And this is where proto of Sanskrit comes into picture. Next. So the 4 LLM lock points, which are common to all non-Roman script world languages, not like English, are the same: anglicized representation, colonial thinking, current AI design thinking, and current corporate AI solutions being thrust. So if India is being thrust by an AI solution, it is not by any single language of Indian nativity. It is anglicized Indian language being delivered and pushed for a consumer. That should be enough. People understand the impact of that. Next. So the two axioms that need correction are: one is a hidden idea, unquestioned language equivalence. Panini-Samskrutham is equal to colonial Sanskrit. This is a bad equation. Result is language layers are mixed up. Bhasha, Chandas are mixed up. Then Bhasha by Samskrit, Prakrit, Apabhramsha, Blecha, Deshi, Swadeshi, Videshi. So these many downgrades take place because of this one misunderstanding: language equivalence, Sanskrit equals a Sanskrit. The second one is language elements process equivalence. Oh, we can process the Sanskrit sounds exactly like the English sounds or the Chinese sounds or Hindi sounds are good enough to process Sanskrit. That is the language elements processing. This is a cognitive semiotic linguistic method. We have not understood what is the native language model and how to put it across to the machines. So my single line for that: Yantrartham Manushi Bhasha. How do I say what is my language and tell that to the machine, program, and make the machine talk to me in my language? That is the conversational interactivity. That is the Samvad standard. If I say something and the machine doesn't understand what I'm telling, our machine responds in a different language, different way, it is like the old Mark Twain, the robot kind of a thing. You design well, but when you start putting it, it works totally different. So if our goal is to have a robot, an AI system, which converses in human languages appropriately, we need to design language appropriate LLM and use it for the AI. Samvadartham Ucharana Shastram. This is the science of the phoneme. Samvahanartham lipishastrat bhinnam. Writing system, grapheme language model elements are different. These two integration is seen in Sanskrit as true scripting. Satyavak, Satya Vachana, Satya Lekhana, Ukta Lekhana. Write as you speak, read what is written. This is the primary school teaching in Indian languages. This is missing in the AI design thinking. Next. So the short design thinking is reflected in the interface design, starting with the keyboards, keytops, and the rest of the interfaces, touch screen. That is overlay accommodation and use of the language technology by English model, by alien language model. For English of one particular kind, the A to Z set is good. But the same A to Z Z is not good for French or German or Italian. Then how can it be good for IE system? This is the short design thinking. So we need a system design which works with IEE. I'll come to that in the next one or two slides. So the alien substituted language model is applied for processing. The result is the outcome you saw. So how do we do the rectification? Avoid language equivalence. Avoid language elements process equivalence. The first one is given in the prior to programming area. And the second one is in the programming, where you do the IPA based the speech processing. Samvadartham Uchcharana Shastram, Samvahanartham Lipi Shastrat Bhinnam. So what does it mean to the Sanskrit teams? Samskrutham Samskrutavat eva adhyayanam karaniyam. Nirupana prakriya has to be for Sanskrit according to Sanskrit, which we are missing. Next. So this integrated design has to happen on the speaker side because conversation involves two sides. One is the speaker, one is the listener. So for the speaker side, it has to be responsible, intelligent processing of intended thought for articulation. Sanskrit people will understand the expression. What is a shabda in Sanskrit? Vivakshitartha vachaka shabda. Vivakshitartha is intended communication. I think this, I use this word for communicating this in this language in this way. And if it is a phoneme mode, in speech, in writing mode, in the grapheme mode. So this is the speaker side. So if I am trying to write one single sound, om, at the, I think speaker side before that, and the next one, please. Next slide. So if you see at the bottom of the slide, one single sound om finds multiple visual expressions. Does it mean the core phoneme is different in each case? No. Do we have an AI or a design thinking which recognizes this? Answer is no. Do we need it? Yes. Who has to do it? We have to do it. So this is the Panini, Patanjali, Vararuchi, and then the Agastya. Tamil also follows the same model. Scripting could be different, but the phonetic equivalence is same. Tamil phonetic is not IPA phonetic. Okay. So this is from the speaker side. Next. On the responder side, I spoke something. It went through a medium, wired, wireless, digitized, all these kind of things, or even a direct, this one. We heard through the ears, and then it went to the mind, brain interfaces, consciously, cognitively processed. Then how is it unwrapped? So thought wrapped into the word body, a word cover, and word cover unwrapped to get the content. So if there is a damage in unwrapping, then it's lost. So this is the story of the Swara Bheda. If I say Indra Shatru, it is one meaning. If it says Indra Shatru, it's a different. This is a very simple phonetic nature of the language processing, which is seen in Nepalese. Same word spoken in 4 different sounds. Japanese, Chinese, everywhere. And the root of that is sitting in Sanskrit language grammar. Shiksha is the foundation. Therefore, the speaker side and the responder side of the conversation has to match and get integrated. Next slide. So the third part, which the programmer in design thinking has to address, is this integration of the responder side of the language and the speaker side of the language rightly, properly in the tech interfaces using process code. This is the conversational LM. Grapheme-based, writing system-based LM and AI is not sufficient for that. So where do we have the elements, the foundation of conversational LM, the design is for Sanskrit or for any Indian languages or for the entire languages used by the humans? It is in Panini Shiva Sutras. So the anchor is Panini Shiva Sutras. Next slide, please. So this is the Panini Shiva Sutra. The same sound figured out, represented in visual scripts across Indian languages, 16 scripts, 22 languages, non-English like, non-Roman script, but the core is the phoneme. Ramayana, Mahabharata, Gita, Hanuman Chalisa, everything has the same phonemic heart, though the script is different. So Panini Shiva Sutra visioned organization of human voice primaries has to be brought in to the conversational AI design thinking. ASCII is not going to help. ASCII is just a minuscule subset of the Shiva Sutras. How is a later thinking? Next slide, please. So, coming back to the same question, Panini Samskruth modeling needs answer to the question, what is Samskrutham? The difference in question leads to difference in answer. Prashna bhedaha, phala bhedaha. Question is, kim tat Samskrutam nama? What is Sanskrit? Why? Kim? Katham? How? Kimartham? For whose benefit? Samskrita Vyakarana Prayojanam Kim. What is the use of grammar of a language, in this case Sanskrit? The utility study of elephant is not same as defining design of elephant. Conversational AI needs defining design of elephant. Once you do this, utility comes automatically. This is a prerequisite work that needs to happen. Okay, next please. So there are gray areas to address. One is current thinking. Panini Samskrutham is a language like English that needs correction. Second is Panini Samskrutham is Panini Samskrutham is a language like English that needs to be corrected. So the correction is Panini Samskrutham is not a language like English. So what is it? So we study Panini and create a language model, and that can be deployed in interface design, processor design, UI design, coding, and applications. So this whole thing is non-ASCII, non-Roman script, voice primary, Shruti-Kranti initiative for the AI based upon conversational Samskruth. Next slide, please. So the second gray area is programming technology is language neutral. Oh, we just work with zeros and ones. Computer doesn't understand any language. Wrong. I referred earlier how different languages use the same zeros and ones for their appropriateness. AI technology is not language neutral because conversation is done by the varnas, ucharana, not by zeros and ones. Therefore, we require a technology which is language appropriate. The impact of this will be in AI, robotics, machine translation, advanced biodigital devices needing to go beyond English primary language interface. Alphanumeric in coding has to change from Roman alpha to language appropriate Samskruth alpha, language appropriate alpha, and then to Samskruth alpha. So this is a coding work where Unicode uses primary 0000 page using ASCII as the primary. That primary reference has to be equally accessible, equally manageable with voice and all the other language primary characters. How to do it is a detailed work on the project. Next. So is there a test bed beyond Gita for this? Yes. I'll say apply the current AI LLMs solutions to a classical record like Rosetta Stone or Ashokan Brahmi Edict or a Gita Shloka, and look at the output. You will know the difference. Where is the challenge? It is in design thinking. It is like using a screwdriver where a hammer is needed, or the other way around, right tool for right work. So in this context, the goal is to develop Panini-Samskrutham language model for conversational AI. Why is it required? In Sanskrit, Abhignan, Abhiman, Samman, Vikasit Bharat, Bhasha Tantragnan, Arthikata, Atmanirbharata, Vishwaguru. Why is this important? Concept important? Cultural death begins with voluntary surrender of language identity. And this is happening as a part of techno-colonization of global languages. Signature sign of colonial slavery progress is consumer mode techno-economic slavery. How many people use India multilingually the same hardware which processes an Indian language by the English mode? Chalta hai. This is the answer. Chalta hai doesn't work in Samvad. It is not 300 words, 1 week language efficiency course for international travel. This is a challenge of the human-machine interface needed for MT. Indic language AI design diversity needs clarity in connecting Panini-Samskrutham anchored LLM by Samskruth conversational AI to Desi language grammars and usage. Om is one unique sound in all scripts of Orient. Therefore, Samskruth conversational AI, what I'm referring to here, is a convergence and a proto of the Panini tradition by Panini Vararuchi Patanjali, Sutrakara, Vartikakara, and Bhashyakara, and also the other tradition of the Agasthyar. So that is the integration, Dramidam. It has to happen. So the parchment of the Indian languages, Bharatiya languages, needs this integration. So summing up, developing Panini-Samskrutham language model for conversational AI has a relevance for nation's digital economy and India AI mission criticality. Potential for AI natural language conversational devices. So I'm not giving everybody something to hand type. I want somebody to talk and then get a response. This is spoken language interface, a MIT project, intelligent system, NASA project, a military project, and where in India, multilingual literacy is poor, but multilingual voice is common. This is where the market potential, in-house internal, exists. This needs a potential for AI, natural language, conversational devices, a tech global leadership based upon Pani. So this calls for building economic and skilled job. Programming is not just in English. Programming can be in regional languages. And how do you build it? Not by Python integration, by natural language programming. So this opens up upgrade, expand, elevate call on L.T, language technology, by appropriateness, naturalness for languages of nation and languages at nation. So this is aligned to AI tech for multimodal, multilingual HCI devices, human-computer interfaces. This is an inclusive, integrated expansion. We are not trying to be destructive. We are not trying to drop what is done. It is an integrated expansion. This is aligned in global terms as AI to AGI, artificial intelligence to artificial general intelligence. Last slide. Technology serves with equal advantage all human languages, averting the danger of techno-colonization, monolingual web, anglicization of non-English-like languages to access techno benefits like realization of a universal robo, which is natural language conversation compatible. People who have watched Star Trek know what that means. Okay, it's Spassky. Serves promotion and outreach of Panini-Samskrutham and all Indic languages by native natural language standards, which can be called a conversation compatible AI robo. This is going way beyond current frameworks of digital devices, breaking techno-linguistic locks on conversational AI, bringing digital freedom for all languages. Thank you. Open to questions.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I think it was very, very engaging and very thoughtful and insightful presentation. Now the floor is open for quick comments. And as we said, certainly we may not be able to do a detailed discussion in today's session. We'll certainly have a follow-up session with interested members where we'll go into details of dimensions which have been addressed by Shastri ji today. So anybody can please raise your hand and then speak. Yeah, let's see. Shetanshu ji, sir.
जी
शास्त्री जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपने हमारे बहुतों दिनों की अभिलाषा उसकी एक तरीके से हमको रास्ता दिखाया है, क्योंकि हमारा सारा ज्ञान जो है अंग्रेजी के जरिए ही आता है और हमारी सोच भी वैसी ही हो गई है. Now what you have said makes a lot of sense. I visualize a time when within India or within this part of the world, we can communicate with each other in our own native language without any problems. Next point comes to my mind is ये जो आपने बताया है इसका
Losing voice.
या आवाज नहीं आ रहा है। सुधांशु जी आपका आवाज अभी मिस हो गया है।
आई सी।
हाँ अभी ठीक है।
मैं ये कह रहा था कि आपने इसको वेस्टर्न सिस्टम से अलग करके नेटिव लैंग्वेजेस से जोड़ करके ये सिस्टम पाणिनि व्याकरण पर बनाया है। ये लेट्स सी after 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, we have this system in place and we can communicate with each other in our own native language.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
The question is beyond that.
Yeah,
but will we be able to interact with the Western countries also using the same system?
Yeah. So it is not stopping them. I think they are just extending it. So, Sastry ji, you want to answer this question from Shitanshu, sir?
Yeah, Shitanshu ji, we don't have 20 years. We can deliver this in 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's very heartening.
That's what should be done. Otherwise, we lose everything. Yeah.
Are we ready to put the money where the mouth is? Are we ready to put the money where the mouth is? AI has allocation of 1,000 crores and all that is being spent under the directive channels of the Western corporate, and the work is being done by the techno-linguists at Indian institutions. So do we have a way to integrate this and rechannel it? I'm not telling we are not going to disrupt it. We say संस्कार करना अलग है, संस्कृति युक्तता अलग है, तोड़ना अलग है। हमें जोड़ना आता है, तोड़ना नहीं करेंगे।
Very good. Right, sir. So I think let's quickly take Ajit and then Akshay ji. And after that, after Akshay. Yeah. First Ajit, over to you.
So namaste Anandji, namaste Shastri ji. It was a wonderful session, and as Shitanshu ji was saying, this is actually music to my ears, and it was like symphonic resonance in the Western music theory. This is very much the need of the hour, as you've been saying. And India AI mission is, looking at foundational models like these. So I think it's the right time to strike, because otherwise, like you said, we will lose out to the Western hegemony totally. I think we could have a detailed discussion, Sweetie ji and Anand ji, based on our initiative itself, and see whether there could be some resonance or some, work experiences engaged or exchanged between Shastri ji and his team and us all together. Fantastic presentation. Thank you so much, Shastri ji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ajit. Next, Akshay Sai.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the wonderful session, sir. I have 2 questions. Like, one is regarding the data types, or like, what's the kind of data you would require for this? And second one is like, what is the funding strategy for this project of yours?
Okay. First thing, data set depends upon the character set coding. Character set coding, right now, your entire technology of AI is based upon the ASCII. So if you address that part of it, then data set becomes clear. Okay. In ASCII system based kind of a thing, it is like the chess squares. But what we require is like a UPS model with the 3 different box sizes, which you don't have. If I give you a reference, Borland's old manual, maybe about 40 years ago, there is a concept called variable font size box. Okay, people have not used it. The string of a character, visual character, has a fixed size, 1K or that box size, font size, whatever you define. But a phoneme has a different model altogether. Okay, so unless we bridge that at the deep technical level and the coding, your data set and process will not be answered. First thing. The second thing is the type of character set you are using for today's programming is non-agglutinating. That is, जिसमें संधि नहीं बनती, जिसमें स्वर युक्तता नहीं बनती, which is the criticality of the conversation, spoken language. So you are trying to build a conversational AI or a spoken language system based upon, like a square box, squares fitting into a circle. There will always be gaps, differentials. So build a design thinking. We can do that. The second part, the funding depends. Do you think that if we don't get this, we are going to die? Then you are going to do it. If you think that this is a desert cherry on the top, somebody from outside university has to fund you, then you can wait for 2047. Okay? It is the top level thinking. Like design thinking is at the top of the issue. Funding this project or such a project is also at the top of budgeting. Budgeting has allocated 1,000 crores. Finance Ministry has done it 3 years ago. Committee was done. But where is it being piped? So I don't answer the question. I'm not fighting with them.
Yeah.
I'm criticizing them.
Yeah, I think you said it right. Let me move to Gautam Ghosh.
One second, sir. Actually,
we'll come back to you. I think let's get others' views also. And I know funding is a question which can require another half an hour of discussion. So we'll discuss it. Funding, we'll discuss it. Yeah. Yeah. Gautam Ghosh ji. Yeah.
Very informative presentation, sir. As I understand, the main thrust is here is the phoneme-based system. So if we equate phoneme with dhvani, and behind dhvani we have shabd, and behind that we have sphota, the inherent meaning. Is there any method to codify that? Because in some of your slides we have used the word coding of thought. Can we code that inherent meaning or sphota as it is used?
The answer is yes, and the answer is no, and the answer is maybe. Yes, because it depends upon what you equate the character to. If you equate character to the akshara, okay, akshar mala, then there is a solution for that. If you equate that to varna, varnakshara samamnaya, there is a model, that is Paninian model. If you go behind varna to nada, sphota and all that, you are talking of the language and consciousness, mind-brain interface and all that, which requires a different integration of the neural sciences, biosciences, memory and all that. So I have put a challenging question to the audience, to the technical groups. We know coffee memory is different from the memory of a tea experience, right? How can you test this particular thing using what instrument, but what place in the brain? Show me that. And there is no answer for that. But what we get to see is a computer running on a brain molecules. I don't know what it is. We get to see a chip being inserted in the brain and being remote controlled. And that becomes a great project. And that becomes a model for the AI. No need to mention names. You know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes for that. No, because the hardware chaya, what we call the shadow of the thought on the machine, on the device, it is not a field. It is not an electrical signal. You can see the shadow of a human being and an elephant. Shadow is a shadow, but it will not differentiate as the qualia of the shadow, but the shape you can infer. So like that, use the shadow, design thinking, but the shape of the shadow is the character coding. That is no and maybe border. Maybe because we have a faith in Panini that he has analyzed this human voice mechanism, the Prakriti, and given the Shiva Sutras, which is a true interface between the grapheme model and the phoneme model. We have to explore it. We have not done it, is our shortcoming.
Thank you.
So I think we can have one last question. There is no hand raised to respect the time of Shastriji and others. Is there any last comment and last question? And then I think we'll summarize and take the next steps. I know some of the members have given their details. Others can give on the chat board, or you can connect on GI4QC website. You can contact Sritiji. Yeah. Anybody has any question? Akshay Chaitanya ji, you want to say something?
सिर्फ इतना दो बिंदु मैं जोड़ना चाहूंगा कि जिन्होंने एरर के बारे में कहा, तो since Akshay has worked on the gum symbol, which is almost to gum from the publications and due to some other reasons, तो उस पर भी कुछ ध्यान देना चाहिए. और संस्कृत संभाषणम की जब बात आती है तो उसका संबंध सिंधु घाटी लिपि की सील्स के साथ भी है. दो इट इज वन साइडेड अफेयर, बट है संस्कृत की जो परंपरा है अपने संवाद की, वो सिर्फ रामायण महाभारत से ही नहीं है, उसका संबंध सिंधु घाटी की लिपि से भी है. और इसका उल्लेख तो खैर हमने पुस्तक में भी कर दिया और शास्त्री जी से भी अलग से एक बार चर्चा हुई थी इस पर. तो इसकी समृद्ध परंपरा है, पर इसको लेके जो दुरुपयोग हो रहा है उस पर खैर शास्त्री जी ने कह ही दिया. अच्छा है उस पर जितना जल्दी काम हो और सबका समर्थन हो तो सही रकम से अनुवाद हो पाएगा, नहीं तो काफी समस्याएं आ रही हैं. क्योंकि गुम जहां पर है वो उसका फिर अर्थ का अनर्थ हो जाता है. जैसे शास्त्री जी ने उदाहरण दिया तो अर्थ का अनर्थ हो गया, तो वैसे ही हो रहा है. तो ये सब पर ध्यान तो खैर देना ही पड़ेगा. और तो
Thank you, Akshay ji. I think all of us are agreeing to the concerns which have been raised by Shastri ji in terms of the current AI. So I believe three things, we should take forward. Number one, a large number of us, at least it start appreciating the risks and the damages which are likely if we continue to follow the current LLM model based AI, because the kind of translational errors, converting all non-Roman language into Roman language, the kind of tests which he had shown, I think that is step number one. The larger the appreciation of the risk of misinterpreting, miscommunicating, and in the long run, when AI gets deployed in a large manner, these errors, will not get appreciated. These biases will become normal. So first step is to appreciate this dimension of the risks of the current way of AI development. The second dimension, which I think very interesting point Shastri ji brought, and all of us got enlightened, that the Sanskrit as understood by the whole world now, which is more anglicized Sanskrit, which is not the pure Sanskrit, I can say Sanskrutham. So I think again, a large, I would say, mass has to appreciate this difference, that what is original and what is not original. Because if we don't, even some of our Sanskrit scholars, it's my guess, there are Sanskrit scholars on the call also, they can probably validate this point, that unless it is brought out the way Shastri ji has brought out, maybe some of the scholars also might be thinking that the Sanskrit which they are understanding right now is the Sanskrit. So this Sanskrutham and Sanskrit difference, I think, needs to be appreciated so that we get to know what is pure Sanskrit, I can use the word, and what is the amalgamated Sanskrit, or whatever term you want to say. And once we appreciate these two aspects, then as he rightly said, that conversational AI is a topic which has to be first appreciated, that the way the current AI is being visualized will not, and as Ajit Padamram mentioned, that we are also another project which we are working with Ajit ji, where we are looking at this accountability, explainability, and responsibility aspect of AI, because that is all because of the inherent possible errors which can happen. As Shastri said, the translation and transliteration happening at various stages, context being lost in the conversation, and in the end, the meaning which he did a trial test, that the meaning can become completely opposite of what was originally supposed to be intended. So I think once we know that, that it is the original Sanskrit which is required, it is a conversational AI which can be the future AI, which will be error-free, which can be actually accountable, responsible, and explainable AI. Then the last step comes is, as he says, that we have to start using Sanskrutham for developing the AI. So I believe all these 4 steps actually can go in parallel. They need not go into sequential because the time is too short. If we miss the bus, I think I appreciate and I'm with his sentiment. There's 10,000 crore. It's not 1,000 crore. The 10,000 crore which has been earmarked by government for AI mission, India AI mission, will get anyway consumed, but get consumed by the way the Western thought process is to design the AI. But what we need is our own AI design thinking. So I know one session is not is just a touching the tip of the iceberg. We have got the members who have shown interest. I think Sriti and Sastry, we will, I think, have more focused discussion, maybe in a group of 4 or 5 on these specific topics. Then we can decide how we can together contribute and take this forward. This is my few summary of what I heard today. Shastri, you want to add something before we really conclude?
Yeah, there is a question by Devadatta. There are largest alphabet in Sanskrit language. Can we derive all the sounds or alphabets of all language of the world, e.g. China language? The answer is yes. Okay, out of 14 Shiva Sutras, I have a working table, which will connect to the 32-bit coding matrix, the sounds uniquely identifiable code notate voice. I have done it, the template, and filling needs to be done. So it is Unicode to Universal Voice Code, which I call as Univoice Code. I am grateful to Dr. Om Vikas, who gave me the inspirational word Shruti-Kranti. I am also grateful to Dr. Subrat Prushti, one of the senior members, who has the concept of Samskruth operating system for Indian languages. Another person who is working on this, Dr. Gopi Bulsu, who is working on Sankhya systems, Panini transformers, Upamedha, and all that. Yeah, it's a distributed group, a small group, but definitely working on the swing edge technologies, as you say.
Okay. I like that, Shastriji. So we have to move cutting edge to swing edge. And I think some of the Sanskrit scholars and the professors are there on the call. I would invite them, especially if we can do some specific session with Shastriji, where we are demonstrating the power of Sanskritam, right? The way you are saying that it has the power to become the universal language. So it also answers Shitanshu Misraj answer, sir's question that if the power of Sanskritam can actually cover the all global languages, all Roman as well as our own non-Roman languages.
A small tidbit kind of a quiz question. The Sanskrit people know very well A has got 18 varieties. Aityashta dashanam bhedah. That same thing applies to Ganganapati Namaha, where the gum sound comes and all that. Okay? Anuswara Paratara, all that. But take this simple example. Aityashta dashanam bhedah. There are 18 types of A which comes as a part of the phoneme. The existing English and the Latin with the diacritics and all that gives you 5 varieties. What about the rest of the 13? Can you locate those 13 varieties in the Unicode standards for the symbolizing? Can you see that in the Vedic Unicode? Can you see it in the CJK code? Can you see it in any other U900 series where it is necessary for conversational S1? So if the Sanskrit team starts demanding one simple coding expression. The first line of Rigveda, Agnimile Purohitai Yagnasya Deva Mritwijam Hotaram Ratnadhata Mam. So please transcribe this appropriately in the current coding system in multiple languages of India and English. Doable? Try to do that particular thing and see what kind of a challenges come up in this particular thing. If that one simple thing, Aityashtadashanam Bhedaha, cannot be understood clearly, it can be done. So why are we talking of the shift of what the Samruta and Vivruta changes in the entire interpretation of Ashtadhyayi? So this is what I want to place as a teaser question to the Sanskrit groups and start asking the techno-linguists.
Fantastic. Very good. I think Devdatji has written a detailed comment, and I will request Devdatji to please take a lead on this particular last part, which Shastriji has just shared, and he have also very clearly mentioned as a universal alphabet set of the world. So I think we can take this as another research project. Yeah. But I think we have, of course, exceeded the time. But the kind of interest and excitement, I believe we will take this forward. We will get in touch with the people who have shown interest today, and maybe we'll segment this whole work into parts and start working on this. And if any one of us, we also have some connect and we are developing more connect, Ajit have connect with National AI Mission. Anyone has any one of yours in the network, please do share your details, and we will see how we connect with the National AI Mission on this activity as well. With the AI Mission as well. Yeah. Yeah. So, Sudhanshu sir, Mishra sir, can you please conclude with a vote of thanks to Shastriji?
शास्त्री जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपने हमें से बहुतों की आंखें खोली हैं आज, और हम आशा करते हैं कि आपका प्रोजेक्ट जल्दी से जल्दी आए धरती पर और हम दूसरों को कवर कर सकें. It has been really wonderful presentation. Listening for this for the first time was little difficult to grasp everything in such short time. We definitely would like to hear more from you. And let's meet again sometime. Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for attending today's presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We don't have 2047 timeline. We just have Mahabharata 18 days Kurukshetra timeline to fight and decide this.
Jai Hind. We have only 18 months.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.